She's military comedian. I thought she was out of the Army, but she's not. She still has a year left. She's active duty, starting first class, Aston and Muse. She's super awesome. We were talking, cracks me up. She'll talk about her service and things and pull some heartstrings, and it'll be a nice, good talk today for everybody. So that way you can see what's going on behind the scenes in her life. So go ahead, Drill Sergeant, take it away.
All right. So, all right. So, like you said, I am still active. I'm actually working on year number 19. So I got about a year and a half left. I came in 2002, straight out of high school. I knew that college wasn't really going to be something that I wanted to jump right into because I barely wanted to do high school. So I came in, did my basic at Fort Jackson, did my AIT at Fort Gordon, and then I came in as a 25 Bravo. Showing my age a little bit. It was 74 Bravo when I came in, and it kind of changed while I was in. And I've been doing that ever since, computers. I've been stationed in Germany, Fort Campbell, Hawaii. And after Hawaii, that's when I went drill, completed my term as a drill sergeant. And then I was an advanced individual training instructor. I also do SHARP, EO. I've been to UPL. There's a few things, all those extra duties that we do. And now I'm currently still active, but I'm enrolled in the CCU, which is a community care unit, recovering from breast cancer.
Nice. Okay. I actually joined right out of high school also in 2000, like 3 months after high school, gone to Fort Sill and did the OSIT training, one station unit training. And I always, for me, like I always liked the UPL because I don't have to watch anybody and I get to issue the paperwork. So that's always the best thing.
Yeah, so, until they bring the cup and it's got like that little bit on the side and you're like, ah!
Oh no, I make them clean it. I'd be like, get the paper towel and you wipe all this mess right here. I'm not touching that. I don't care if I got gloves on, you know?
True.
But I saw that you you did a deployment to Iraq, right?
So yes, imagine brand new PV2, you know, fresh out. Recruiter was like, oh no, you're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything. And I get to my unit and we deployed to Iraq. I was with HHC DISCOM out of Wiesbaden, Germany on the airfield. And within 2 weeks, I had gotten the new desert gear and everything. And they were like, yeah, all right, we're going. And I'm like, are you serious? And then you think back before, you know, they were flying people from Kuwait to wherever they were going. We had to drive. So now, brand new private, out of the IP, thrown into a deployment, and my NCO at the time, well, he wasn't my NCO, but he was the person that I had to drive, made me drive the entire time. We got attacked like 3 times. So I'm like behind the truck crying because I don't know what's going on. It was just a lot. So
poor thing.
We were supposed to be out there for, I believe originally it was 9 months, and then they extended us, and then they extended us again. So we ended up being out there for a year and 3 months, so 15 months.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
We almost got extended once. We on my 3rd deployment, we were at like the 11th month mark, and they're like, hey, there's a rumor of extension to 18 months. And I was like, oh, hell no. You can feel everybody's heart sink. You're just like, you know, but then like within a week, they're like, nope, they're coming, then we'll be good. And we were like, oh, you know, like, because it was coming towards Ramadan time, and that's when things start.
Well, you know, yeah, when you got to lock everything down, you got to be mindful of everything that you do. Like, it was crazy.
Yes,
we used to have to go from camp to camp to set up the internet and set up satellites and stuff. And I would make it a point to like if we were driving by and there were females in a vehicle and there were guys beside them, if I was sitting on the back and they were, you know, I used to cover my face and they would look and I would uncover my face like, I'm a woman. Don't do it. Don't you throw that at me. I'm a woman too. Like,
what we did is what we learned, at least in Kandahar, is we had the women wear scarves around their neck because then that symbolized feminism. And then they'd be like, oh, okay, woman, because I know one of them actually told me that they see the uniform and they don't even know it's a woman at the time.
Right.
So we had them wear like certain scarves and colors and things, so that way they know it's a woman. So
Well, see,
that way it would really.
I wish they'd have done that. Like we did not have that. We were just on our own. Like, don't look at anybody. What you mean? Don't? How am I supposed to pull security? What am I? Okay. Woman, shit, I don't know what to do. It's craziness.
So here's one that's actually, and I just, as you were talking, I thought of this one. All your additional duties, because I at one point had like 9, so I know the craziness. So when you went drill sergeant, how's that balance? Because I've had some friends who were drill sergeant and trying to maintain a healthy balance. How were you able to maintain a healthy balance? If you even did, if you didn't, that's okay too. But how did you? I mean, because I know some people who can't, and it's hard, and it's like a learning curve. I never went, but I know the life is crazy. So how did you do it?
Yes, it is. So I was a brand new mother, right? So I just had my son, and I think when I went on the drill sergeant trail, he was 1. And I got a divorce around the same time. Okay, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, so we had, no regrets. I got my son out of it, so thank you, X. So, I actually ended up giving my son to my mom for the time that I was on the trail. So with me finding a balance, I really didn't have an issue because technically I was a single soldier, single soldier, but I had my mom who is retired military, so she had access to posts. So when she went to work, she could still enroll him in the CDC and everything. So it was basically, just hey, watch him for these 2 years. I'll come visit, y'all come visit. And that's pretty much how we got it done, because there is no way I would have been able to do that.
No.
At 2 o'clock, I'm on the night fire range, 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, have my son in the Humvee. But I think what they're doing now is, and it's something that I wish that they would have done when I was on, or so I heard, I don't know if they started yet, is they're doing a 24-hour CDC for the parents or the single mothers or single fathers that are out there at Jackson right now. So they have, it's going to be open 24 hours, and that'll kind of, help them out.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely a new turn development, because they would be closing at 5, and at 5:01 they're calling and charging extra by the minute.
Extra. So yeah,
and then they call command and you get in trouble. Like, why aren't you picking up your kid? Well, you won't let me leave. Like,
exactly. Like, yeah, Child Protective Services. What? It's 1703. What you mean? Crazy.
No, for real. Well, I mean, really, that just really meant that since you were like considered a single soldier at the time, you just wreaked more havoc to all the privates, really.
Like all of the anger that I was feeling because I wasn't around my son. I'm like,
yep.
I get my child. Like, what you think I'm gonna do to you? Like, it was just. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? Can everybody hear me? I think we're still on. Not sure.
Oh, there we go.
I was like, yo, can they still hear me? I'm about to host this show.
It just cut out. Like, I was about to text you. I was like, hey, I think you cut out again. Like, but I think that was a good way to leave it, though. You had that face, and it was like you just shut the camera off. Like, you know what? This is the anger of what I was feeling. I'm turning the cameras off right now. Watch.
Like, everything's shutting down. The wrath, the power.
That was the energy you had. See, I felt that. I was over here at Progress, like, she coming back? Like, But we're gonna shift it now into one of the big funny things is the skits you do, or how did those actually start? I mean, because I know sometimes they're just an idea and then they kind of just evolve. So like, why did they start? How did they start even?
They started out of boredom, to be honest. So it was a little bit of boredom, and it was a little bit of, when the Vine started becoming a big thing, and you had to do like the people were doing the 6-second videos, and I was like, yo, I could probably think of like a few of these that can be done for the Army. And I honestly did my first video that it kind of went. It was like 258,000 views. I was still at Fort Campbell, and it was a skit about how they changed the time for formation. It was me and one of my good friends. He's retired now, Sergeant Thomas. And basically we were on the phone and it was hey, formations at this time, make sure you're not late. And then it cut to me driving and I'm looking at the time and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be late. And then I get a phone call, hey, formation was canceled. I don't know if they told you. And it got a good amount of views. And I was like, okay, so am I getting in trouble now? What's gonna happen? Right. I don't know who saw it. And I kind of left it there. And then when I got to Belgium, the first 2 weeks, I didn't really have anything going on. And they sent me on a tasking to, where did we go? Gosh, I forgot where we went. I don't want to say Poland. It wasn't Poland. Latvia. There it is. So we went to Latvia,
that place.
And we were there for about 2 weeks. And once we got everything set up and they had a couple of warrant officers set everything up, so we just plugged it in and then we were just done. I was like, well, let me try to make another video. And I did the staff duty video. And I made a page to go with it. And that's when it really took off. That video, within that day, I had 27,000 followers. I was like, okay, let me see. Wow. I need to try to like keep this going. I need to come up with something. What's something else that sensing sessions? What else? Pronouncing stuff wrong. And it went from there. It's just, okay, what else can people relate to?
Mm-hmm.
To keep.
Yeah. It's like the Army is like a Google for like skits, because there's so much crap that happens that you can't even explain sometimes. And then at the end of the day, you're just like, what did I do today? Like,
yes, it's like you kind of understand when you ask your kids like, yo, what'd you do at school? And they're like, I don't know. That's how it is. You get off work, it's like, yo, what'd you do for work? I don't know. Like,
but you did stuff though.
You
did things.
You probably did a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So like when it started taking off and stuff, were you getting approached by people in the unit or people on the installation like, hey, I seen your page? Like, did it kind of go that way?
Yeah. So well, it was actually different. It kind of freaked me out because I was doing everything in Belgium. The folks that I was there with, they knew me, so I knew them. And they were like, yeah, I saw your video, that was real funny. And then that would be the end of it. It's like, all right, get your ass to work, go and do what you gotta do. And it didn't really hit me as to how it had taken off until I had to come stateside. I came home. I had a class that I had to go to actually, and I went in the PX and I went to the food court, and it was like a group of NCOs that was like, yo, you're the female that does the videos on Facebook. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? What is I'm taking pictures and I'm hugging people. I'm like, oh, it's so good to meet you. And
what's happening?
It's like I made so many new friends, and I freaking like I love it. The people that hang out with me, like people who do know me, they hate it because I'll be sitting down and I'll be eating, and someone will come up, hey, I need a picture with you. They don't say hi or nothing. They're just like, I need a picture with you, and everyone else is like, yo, like, damn, she can't eat. Like I love it. I love it so much. So
that's
awesome. Me around, come say hello.
Of course, yeah. If I'm ever that way, I'm gonna go look. Go down to the Fort Campbell is where you're at?
I'm at Fort Knox now.
Oh, Fort Knox, that's the one. I'm just gonna go around Fort Knox and be like, I'm looking for Amuse, the Facebook lady on the PA system on post. Please report to the PX. Thank you.
Oh, gosh. And I'm gonna show up, and then everybody else is gonna be there. Like, hey,
with the wave of people.
I'll get to you in a minute. I know you're the one to see me, but I need to go talk to them.
Now, another one that kind of ties into it is how do you and Yusha, Thomas, know each other? You guys friends, or did this kind of happen like?
So we are actual friends. We weren't when it first started. I didn't really know him, and he had reached out to me, and I was like, "Who's this dude?" It was before he got started, and I was so busy trying not to get in trouble. Like, okay, let me make sure that my stuff is right. And he had reached out to me, and he was telling me about Drew, a combat veteran. He was like, yeah, this guy, you should really reach out to him. And I'm like, well, who is that? Like, I don't know these people. Yeah, I'm not trying to be on a large level right now. I'm still in. I don't know what's gonna come from what I've done already.
Right.
And we ended up talking back and forth on Messenger, like damn near every day, like exchanging ideas. Like, hey, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do that. And I actually met him face to face for the first time. I want to say it was like 2016. No, like 2015. I went to Georgia on leave to my now husband because he was stationed at Gordon. So I went to see him, and Yusha was in ATL, and he was like, "Hey, come do some videos." And that's when we did all the old school drill sergeant ones. We did all. I was on leave. Funny. And me and him have been close ever since. He actually he was here. He's back in it. He moved to Atlanta, but he was actually here for a little while, and we did a couple of videos. But yeah, that's my ace right there.
Yeah, he cracks me up too. He's another funny one. Like
he's a nut.
He's funny also, and so is Drew. I like his older videos. One of my favorite with his was when he brought his Spanish friend Tommy or whatever his name is. When he was speaking all the Spanish, and
the recruiter that doesn't speak English.
Oh, that one, and then when they were training, and he's like, "You fuck me," it's going on like that.
But it's true. It's true.
It is, because I had a guy like that, so I know. So I was laughing extra hard because I knew a sergeant like that, so it was even funnier.
I went to a WLC in Hawaii, and we had a sergeant out there. I forget his name, but he was explaining to us the task that we had to do, when he kept saying stuff like objective. What did he say? You got to pay attention to the objective. What? Is he saying objective? Is he saying objective? And I knew, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a long day, and it was.
Yeah.
Day. I did not know what was going on.
I had a platoon sergeant like that, and I'm artillery by trade. I'm a field artilleryman, so like our platoon sergeant, the smoke, is the guy who runs the platoon. And I had a Spanish guy like that for about 7 months, and it was so hard when he was trying to do stuff and talk things, and then when he was just going, we'd be like, and I speak Spanish, and I'd be like, dude, like, are you catching this right now? Like, I was like, look, I'm gonna listen to half, and then you listen to half, and then maybe we'll occupy the howitzers in the right place. Well, hopefully we're not pointed the wrong way, like. So
about 10 degrees off. Okay.
For real. So, and I think that's awesome. Like, the what you do, I like what you provide with those kids too. Like, it's just a little bit of humor, because laughter is good for the soul. Helps, like, it helps relieve stuff. And like, even when I talked with Sarah, the social media manager from Vet TV, and what they do there, and that stuff is funny, because that's also true too. It's like what you guys do, but then on a TV level. So it's actually really funny, some of that stuff.
I actually had like my first fangirl moment. Donnie O'Malley sent me a message in my inbox. He was like, "Hey, you're funny AF," and I'm like, Donnie said I'm funny. Oh my god! Oh, my husband was so mad. I was like, calm down.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, he's a I like what he does too, and I like the one that did a little reading up on him before I talked to their social media manager, and I like he went to an interview on TV in shorts and a t-shirt and sandals. That was funny. I was like, well, that's a veteran right there for you.
I mean, it's California. Matter of fact, I think they're out at Camp Pendleton right now doing a whole bunch of CrossFit stuff.
Yeah, they're doing something, because I was going to talk to him, but I ended up talking with Sarah instead, because he had like 2-3 different things going on at the same time, and I was like, okay, yeah, cool, no big deal.
What makes me so mad is before all of this, like before all of the cancer and everything. I'm sorry. Children, somebody come get the door for me, please. It was like before all of the cancer and everything started, I was in California as a recruiter. So it's like, as soon as I leave, I'm finding out, Drew's in California. The Marine rapper is in California. Charlie, the Navy guy. And now everyone's in California. And I'm just like, okay. All right. So here I am back on the East Coast, fine. Fine.
It's like, y'all wait for me to leave. That's cool.
Exactly. Now you want to tell everybody where you at. I would have had so much fun if I would have known that. I would have been all over LA trying to find them.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually from LA too. So.
Oh, snap. No, it's like LA, like the good
like
part.
Inglewood. Like Inglewood.
Like, they got different parts. Like Inglewood.
No. Not like the big old Bel Airs. No, like by LAX, Inglewood, Hawthorne.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
those areas.
I went to that airport one time, and I was like, y'all need to fly into Ontario. My sister, Canada? No, California. Get it right. Y'all need to fly in there. I'm never going to the LAX again. Oh, they're so rude.
That airport is crazy. It's a nightmare. But now, and I know this is coming towards the end of your thing now. We're gonna hit on when did you find out that you were diagnosed with breast cancer?
I was in the shower. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, whoa.
Well, I mean, but it was like so. I would say August of last year? Yeah, 2018. August of 2018. No, 2019. Yes, August of 2019. I'm sorry. I actually discovered a lump on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was like, well, what is this? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
What the hell? And I was getting ready for a PHA, so I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, well, I'll just wait. We'll do the PHA, and I'll have them check it during the PHA because that's what it's for. Periodic health assessment.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in for it, and they were like, oh, well, no, we'll set you up with a referral. It's like a month and a half later, I'm going in a panic mode, like, hey, there's something on me. I need someone to physically put hands on me and let me know what this is. So it wasn't until September, because I was a recruiter, I reached out to Sergeant Major Gavia, who was the USAREC Command Sergeant Major at the time. She's retired now, off living her best life, I'm sure. And she reached out to the Naval Hospital out there in California. And that's when I found out. They were like, yeah, so, you did the biopsy and it is cancer. And the day that I found out about what was on the right side, it's about an hour drive from where I live to get from where I was at to the hospital. And I made it all the way to the house. And they were like, hey, we need you to come back because we see something on the left side.
Oh.
It kind of looks like what's on the right side, but we couldn't feel it and couldn't see it until we did like an MRI. So I come back and they're like, yeah, so you got another different type of breast cancer on the left side.
Oh, wow.
It was
now,
like,
is this like family history or?
No family history.
Wow. So that's really an anomaly.
I'm trying to figure out some stuff now. It might have been related to some stuff that was in the water when I was stationed in Damarie. I had to stay in those barracks. So I'm doing a lot of research because a lot of stuff is coming out. Haven't quite figured it out yet, but I am working on that because I do not have a family history. I don't carry the gene or anything because that was like my big thing. I was like, okay, so what do I carry? Do I have it? Like if I have children, is this something that I'm gonna have to worry about them getting, but yeah, so we're looking into that. And they were saying the type of breast cancer that I had kind of feeds on my estrogen. So I was like, you telling me I got cancer because I'm a woman? Like, is that what you're telling me right now? And it was just, I think for me, the way I handle stress and everything, try to find the humor in it, the funny in it. And immediately I was on like, okay, it's time to clown. When do I get my boobs? What's going on with that? And the lady like, I just told you that you had breast cancer. You got 2 different kinds. Where's the plastic surgeon? We need to discuss some things. Okay, I see what you're saying. Chemo, got it. I got to do chemo. I got that. Radiation, cool. Where's the plastic surgeon? Because I've been waiting for this moment for all of my life. Like instant. Just hey, we gotta get that done. And just keep smiling, keep laughing. Life keeps going. You got a child to think about. You can't be sad and oppressed, all day, every moment, and then you move forward. And that's just what I did.
Right. And then it sounds like you had a really good support system too, because I know when it comes to something like that, that's very important.
Yes, I had a very good support system once I left California. Yeah, once I got out of California, that the chain of command it was kind of weird. I won't say the station that I was in was good or was bad, but because they were good, they were like, look, don't worry about it. So, I'm going through like the diagnosis and all that stuff. And, the chain of command's like, oh, well, she can come in and make phone calls. And I'm like, look, I'm telling you now, if I come in that office and make a phone call, not only will you not get them to join the Army, you're going to lose every other person that you got coming in for a freaking interview because I'm going to shout it out. I got cancer right now. You see what I'm doing? Like I'm ruining everything. Like, it was just crazy to me. Like, y'all want me to come in and do this, and you know, this is what we're going through. Like, you know, some people in chain of command, no common sense whatsoever. I just
None,
just
or
none.
compassion either. And I dealt with that too. And it's like,
Yeah.
like you can do stuff. You can do that stuff from home. You know,
Exactly.
you can call people from home. You can bring your laptop from the office to home and make calls. You don't need, but
you got apps for that. Exactly.
It's like the whole time I was in it, I'm sure you can attest this too. It's like there is an obsession with your physical body being there at work. Even if you're not doing anything.
Nothing going on. Where's our
Yes.
use? Well, I mean, she didn't have anything to do. Well, where's she at? She probably at home. Why is she there? Why is she not here? I'm pretty sure there's something. So now you got to find something to do.
Yes, or it's 3 o'clock. Nothing's going on. Can we go home? No, we don't get off till 1700. Then comes 1630. Oh, hey, we just got to do this. It's like, where was this at 9 o'clock, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2? Where was all this at?
Exactly.
You know?
I actually did a video on that, like all day. Like the entire video was me just sitting around doing nothing all day. I was playing with orange juice. I'm playing with the blinds, and then I'm getting ready to get into my car. And they're like, "Hey, we got some mandatory training that got to be done." And I like slam the car door and walk back inside. It's just
that's
the amount of material that you get from this job is amazing. You know?
Oh, I know. It's incredible. And I commend you for having such high spirits on having that, you know, breast cancer, and being able to spin it, because I know that's a hard thing to tussle with, and to add that alone. And my girlfriend, she actually, like we talked before, she had stage 4 cancer, and she put it basically in remission naturally without any chemo or radiation. And I know I'm going to get you two to link up to talk about that, because she did certain things with natural stuff and things, and
I'm definitely interested in trying to learn exactly how she did that, because if it comes back, you know, who knows? I know them doctors, they're all about, hey, this medicine right here, that medicine right there, trying to push it on, because you know I don't know. Well, I won't say they get paid for it, but you know, I didn't have to come out of pocket, but I can only imagine how much it would cost someone who, you know, wasn't in the Army, didn't have TRICARE or anybody to cover them, how much it would cost, because they actually missed one of my payments and I got the bill for it. And it was for, I think it was for just one chemo session. And that was like $1,700. Like, yeah. So I had 20 of those to do. So I was just like, thank you, Army, for that one.
Oh yeah, no, I know it. And that's when I was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic, like the insulin, the Dexcom sensor alone is $370 just for one.
And it's crazy that it costs that much here in the United States, but then you can go somewhere else and it's like, oh yeah, here, just take it. I mean, you need 3 here, take that one too. Like that. Oh my God, it don't make no sense.
Doesn't.
I need to learn how to make medicine. That's what I need.
Actually, that's what my girlfriend does. So, and that's how she was able to push that cancer down from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. Yeah. By doing that. She's Native American, so they're really skilled and talented in those areas, and making medicine and things like that. And I don't understand some of it sometimes, but I know it works. Like, she's got me drinking teas, and this boosts your immune system. These 3 packets in this tea, and I'm like, well, okay, you know, I just like, how many carbs are in it? Because that's what I look for. Is, are there any carbs in the? No, there's no carbs in it. Oh, okay, cool. I'll take that.
No, how's it gonna make me feel? Are there carbs though? Because you know, I'm trying to stay slim. You know.
Oh, for me, the carbs, it raises my blood sugar. So like any type of carb, you know, like, so where you can go drink a soda and be okay. If I go drink a soda and don't take no insulin, I'm gonna be laid up on the couch of the bed for at least an hour, trying to recover. So like, I constantly have to inject insulin into my body. So yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, well, I made sure I gave enough insulin before I ate.
Okay.
I looked at my pen, I saw the food, I was like, okay, 12 units. Gave myself a buffer, and then it says I'm gonna go low. Nope, let's start eating. And just started eating food. And then it was playing the roller coaster game, because when you see the trend, it goes like this. So it's like, then it's the roller coaster game, making sure it doesn't go too high or too low. But it was actually pretty good Thanksgiving. I gave myself the right amount. I like to say that I'm a doctor without a doctor's degree. Basically.
Okay.
Because I gotta jab myself. I gotta check this, and well, I can do the right number and everything, right units, and still go high or low. So that's kind of how I roll with it, and we can pass some of those to you as well when we connect later. You can get schooled up on that stuff.
When we connect. When we connect.
Connect.
When we connect.
Yes. Now I saw a thing where I'm actually excited about this one, is you starting your own podcast also. So I don't even really know what it's about. I just know that I think it's called The Real Me, like M.E, like abbreviated. So tell everybody watching what that one's about, because I'm curious about that one too. And I think it's kind of cool that you're doing it.
Okay, so I came up with the idea, I would say maybe at the beginning of November. I was like, I want to talk to people, about what their real military experience is. So when I say the real me, the real me, it's the real military experience. That's what that stands for. And I kind of wanted to allow regular soldiers. Most people, they're like, oh, we got Sergeant Major of the Army coming to talk to us, or we got the acting AG commander from the Pentagon. Like, I wanted to talk to regular soldiers, like soldiers that are down with us. Hey, what's your experience been like? So far, is it good? Is it bad? And I'm willing to talk about everything. Like, if you had a good experience, hey, I want to hear about it. If you had a bad experience, I want to hear about it. You're retired. Okay, what was your transition? Like coming out of the military, or you're thinking about coming in. Okay, what are some of the questions that you have? Trying to get promoted, you're trying to switch over, green to gold, just all the experiences. Hey, you went to basic training in 1957, or how are you alive right now? Stuff like that. It's just it's cool. So I'll have that, and then I have my portion where it's kind of like a vet giving back to vet type deal. So I was able to get a whole bunch of promotional items. If you look back there, I
see that fancy little wooden sculpture there.
So it's actually a barrel head. I have it standing up in front of 4 other barrel heads this guy made. He's actually in Louisville, so I went to go pick him up, and he made me one with my name on it. And I was like, okay, so this one's definitely for me. And then I have the United States. I got 1 Air Force, 1 Marine, and 1 Navy. I think I had to tell him, hey, I'm gonna need a Coast Guard.
Yeah, I was saying.
They're always leaving us out. So that'll be more along the lines of at the end of the interview, I'll go into the nominees, or what we call them. So I have folks that have written me letters saying, hey, I nominate this person to receive one of the free vet to vet gifts because on this day, this situation happened. This is how they helped me. This is how they changed my life, or they might have saved their lives. And it's like, okay, cool. So we're going to donate this to them, so you give me your address, or, if you want to be interviewed, inbox me, give me your contact information. And when I get a chance, I'll reach out. So I have a whole lineup of people who are ready to talk about their military experience. And I don't even know if I have enough time in the day to get through all of them. I'm so scared to look at my inbox right now. It's like, okay, so I got about 10 people lined up, and that didn't even put a dent.
Oh, I know. The moment I saw that post and I wrote on there, and that's when I actually feel kind of blessed that you saw my message, because when I saw the comments, I was like, oh, gee, you know what? I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna just manifest it and be like, you know what? She's gonna write me. Some way. She's either gonna write me on Instagram, she's gonna write me on Facebook, she's gonna write me in the messenger somewhere. She's gonna write me somewhere. And I just threw it out there.
You caught me on a good day. The Lord was with you that day, because that inbox was, I was just going through, and you got to go through all of the hateful ones. You got to go through the good ones. You got to go through the ones that's just, they don't want anything. They just want to say, hey, I just wanted to see if you was going to respond. It's like,
just bless their heart.
So, and it's I'm so scared of that inbox. Like, I never know what I'm gonna find in that inbox. I try my hardest not to look at it for too long, or I'll get lost inside of it. But I'll go through, try to find some stuff. And I caught up, and then within 10 minutes, I was back to where I was. I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna pause right here. And then when I get ready to start back up and go in, I'll, go, hey, contact numbers, and eventually I'll be able to reach out to you, because this is something that I would like to do at least once a week.
Right. And then that's kind of what I do too. I do it once a week. Next week I got 2 in one day. So just because of the company that I'm doing,
Right.
he's going on a vacation and stuff. So, and I know that happens, but I know because I know you're doing the records only.
Yes.
Instead of the live. So you can knock out more.
Yeah, well, not only that, but so I did I'll say a run through, because my internet cut off yesterday, like in the middle, like everything just shut down. Kids were like, "Oh, Mom!" I'm like, I don't know. I paid the bill, and it was something or other, and it came back up. So they left me afterwards. But we did a run through. So I know I need to do a download only, because I need to be able to edit, because the language was so. I was like, we got a conversation. Oh, all right. I mean, yes. So I definitely need to be able to edit it. I need to put the disclaimer in the beginning. Hey, this video may contain strong language, or hey, this video may contain a story that may be disturbing to some viewers. And then I need to be able to record what the veteran business donor ordered. I got to talk about their business, give them a shout out, and I got to put all of that together. So that's one of the reasons I do the record only. And another reason is I was able to monetize. So any funds that come from this podcast will go to building the podcast more, or being able to get more donations out to the veterans that have been nominated. So I don't do any of it. Yeah.
That's super awesome. And I think that's really great with what you're doing to get people I'd say down on the line, because that's where you get your best information, is when you talk to soldiers on the line. Exactly. Not taking away from the people who are up on, who are up in the command, and not taking away from them. But I know sometimes they kind of forget what the line is like or where they came from.
Exactly. They get up and it's like, oh, well, I don't have to see the soldiers, or I don't have to do this. Like, yo, we got training going on. You're going to come down? Oh, training? What's that? I don't do training,
Yeah, like, oh, I'm this now. I don't need to do that. So it's like, it's good that you're actually going down, back down to the line and talking to people and things like that. And all the different types of topics, too, I think is actually really, really cool that you're going from, like, active to retired to transition.
So, I mean, doing that. Pretty much, basically, whatever experience that they want to share, I'm going to let them share it. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I don't think we can talk about that. And it's like, no, this is your story. You tell your story the way you want to tell it. I will facilitate in case I have a question. Easy Mac was talking about some stuff yesterday. I was like, I have several questions. Let's get into it. So it's going to be real interesting. Like I said, we're going to try to redo it today so I can get everything edited. I'm going to try to get it posted tomorrow, at least by 2000, because I know it's going to be a lot of editing going on just based off the conversation we had yesterday. He's got so many interesting stories because he just came off of the deployment. And I will tag you in it. I'm telling you, like, the stories. He was saying some stuff, and like my face was turning upside down. I was like, what did you just say? What? What? So it was a couple of incidents out there. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be very entertaining, very insightful. And I hope people tune in to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll be looking for that one then, and I will stand in line and wait my turn for that one. Because I definitely have an interesting story as well, where kind of like I told you, rising up, did a whole bunch of good things, made a mistake, fell down, then got out, fell down some more, and then started to climb back up, and here I am. And there's a whole lot to it. There's a lot of insightful stuff and things, and I look forward to sharing that with you on a different side. This time I'll be on the other side of the screen.
You'll be on the other side. I'll be like, what's up, everybody? How's it going? We got Erik.
For real.
Yes.
No, that's super awesome. And just to kind of close up on that podcast as I look at my notes here, just again, people, check out that podcast. It's going to be coming. She'll tag me in the first one, and then I'll like it. And then when I see them pop up, I'll share them on my page also. on both my pages, on the Warrior Mindset and Motivation podcast page and my personal page. So I'll share them both to give you a little spread. And I saw that you have another little side business on there too with butter or something.
Oh goodness. So it's not my business. It is my niece's business, and business is moving. Like, we can't keep up. So
I saw the link and I was like, what is it? At first I thought it was like clothes. And I was like, okay, she's making clothes. And I was like, butter? I was like, is that like butter you eat? Like, what's happening here? No. Like, they make butter in the house?
Do not eat it. Don't eat it. Do not eat it.
You might have to put a label on that for me. Please do not eat.
So, I'm trying to keep her away from boys, and this is just one of the many ways. So, as long as she's busy with the business, I also got her a puppy. Trying to, I'm doing everything I can to keep her away from boys, and it seems to be working so far. So I'm gonna stay with it. But we started it 2 months ago, and I was like, all right, so we got to get a recipe down. We got to figure out what to use, and I have extremely sensitive skin, so I was like, I will be your guinea pig. So it's actually called Ozone Butter. So it's her first name and butter. So it's like body butters, and they're made from 100% African shea butter.
Oh.
A little bit goes a long way, and once you put it on, like, you are more, like, all day your skin is smooth. It helps with the dryness, cracked skin. You can use it in your hair, and it comes in different scents. So a lot of people like the lavender, the baby powder is a good one, the rose is a good one, and the eucalyptus. Those are like our top sellers. But we also have like the lemon, the cucumber melon, which is my favorite. We're starting. I still have to clean her page up a little bit. But yeah, so www.azrabutters.com. That's AZRAHBUTTERS.com. And yeah, place your order. We actually, as soon as I'm done with this and I get done with my interview with Easy Mag, we literally have to go to the Hobby Lobby here, and then we have to drive 45 minutes to Louisville and hit all 5 Hobby Lobbies out there, because the jars, like the design that we came up with, specific jars are needed, and Hobby Lobby, they sell out so fast. I'm as well.
You'd be surprised. You think, oh, it's just a craft store will be there. No, they'll go through and they get some new ticket item and it just goes shoot, gone.
Them women, they be in there like, I got candles to make, and I got this and I got that. Like, it's a war out here. It is a war. I would rather be deployed than to be running through Hobby Lobby trying to get the jars before Sarah get them damn jars. Like, it is a lot.
So see, people, there you go. If you want smooth skin, you don't have to go commercial products. Get some Easy Butter. Look, she's demonstrating over here. Get Easy Butter. And for guys, I like smooth skin. I mean, I got smoothness going on over here too. So I like the smooth skin. So I'm getting me some Easy Butter on my skin. And it's not the kind you eat. Say it again.
Don't eat
it. See her face? Don't eat it. She's serious.
Don't eat it. Don't put it on toast. No.
Don't put it in the toaster or anything.
Don't do it.
Yeah. So all right. So as we wrap this up over here, if you got something for veterans, and I know I got civilians watching too. Hi, babe. She's over here low crawling over here.
What the heck?
If you got anything for them, words of wisdom, insight, or anything, and I'm mainly for veterans, but I know civilians watch too, so I apply it to them. Even though this is a veteran-driven podcast, what's one closing statement you would want to give these people here watching today?
I would say pay attention. A lot of people have their own agenda, and they're so focused on them that they might not notice that their battle buddy or their friend might be falling, at some point in life. So just take the time to pay attention, talk to people, find out what's going on with them, and just keep in mind that everybody goes through things. If you need to talk to someone. If you don't have anybody to talk to at the time, you can try to inbox me and I'll try to get to your message. Just reach out, give it a shot. Do like Erik, just speak it into existence, put it in all caps, maybe I'll see it. But yeah, pay attention. Head on the school, stay alert, stay alive, always be awesome. What's going on around you.
I can tell you joined when I joined, because the only people that say stay alert, stay alive is the era that I joined.
That was the motto when we were in HHC DISCOM. It was like, stay alert, stay alive.
That was one of the things I would tell when I became a squad leader. Before we would go out, I'd say two things. I'd say, hey, we stay alert, stay alive, and we all come back or we all don't. That was our two things, and it was like, Roger that, Chief, and like, let's go. So that's something I got bred in with that. So it was warming my heart to hear that. Stay alert, stay alive. Yeah. So that I think that's perfect. And for those, she said it well. Red flags are there. They're there and they exist, and they'll make themselves known. You just have to, and it's not even necessarily know what you're looking for. They will make themselves known.
Yeah, all you got to look.
You just have to look at the way they talk, look at the way they walk. Are they normally a social person and then they disengage? Like, do they normally answer your call, and then now they're not, or they don't text back so fast as they used to? Like, there's a whole bunch of things, and
even with that, like, you might have a soldier that's constantly in trouble. It's not just well, they were acting this way and now they're acting this way. They could be acting a certain way and that's how they always were. And maybe you've got to get down to the bottom of what's going on.
Yeah. And then that's what I learned too when I was leading soldiers. Also, is especially if there's a guy or a female who's acting a certain way. Why are they acting that way? Like, why are they being so disrespectful? Why are they being a knucklehead or a troublemaker? There's a reason for it.
Yeah. I would always take the soldiers off. Like, I had soldiers that would come to me that weren't even in my platoon. They'd be like, "Hey, Sergeant Muse, can I talk to you?" Yeah. It's like, well, I would always ask them, well, where's your NCO? Not saying that I'm not going to talk to you, but where's your NCO?
Right.
Before you talk to me, is this something that they talk to you about? Are you about to get in trouble? Are you about to try to play the mom-dad card? Or do you seriously need to talk to me? And they'd be like, well, I would just rather talk to you. All right, well, come on. Oh, we go in the conference room or wherever, and they would, tell me what was going on, personal, not personal, something dealing with somebody at work. And I'd be like, all right, well, you know what? Let's go take care of this right now. And they would stand behind me, Mama Goose in the front. So this is what's going on. And they behind me, like,
peeking over the shoulder, like,
yeah.
If
they were justified in it. I wouldn't just people.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just, they over exaggerate. But I think it's just pay. Like, I think that's perfect. I get good closing messages on every single podcast I do, and this is another good one. Pay attention. That you don't even have to explain that anymore. Just pay attention. Pay attention and just look.
Yeah.
And you'll see. And especially if you know that person really well, you'll pick it up like this, and you can make an impact in somebody's life. So do that today. Pay attention to people today. Pay attention to your friends. Reach out to a friend today and actually text someone or call someone you haven't spoken to in a while. So I'm challenging people with that today. Do that. And who knows, maybe that message or text or Facebook message or whatever might have stopped them from doing something stupid.
Exactly.
So do that today. So again, thank you for coming on here and talking. Facebook likes to cut stuff off at an hour, so we're at almost 50.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I keep an eye on the timer too. So that way I drive the whole thing.
Okay. Look, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning.
Yeah, I know. You would have did one and they would have cut off on you. It'd have been like, been talking, and then the video would have went black. So
okay, so this is what we're doing. So this is what we're doing. Okay.
So and then it's also great. It was awesome having you on here. And then next week I got two. And this special treat, just because I'm not gonna do one on Christmas. I did one on Thanksgiving with Reggie Grant, former NFL and NFL defensive back with the Jets and entrepreneur. So Thanksgiving I did one there, but Christmas we'll have a break, so I'm doing two next week. I'm talking to former military police who's actually here local, who was in the military as well. I can't remember if she's Marines or Army. I'm going to get nailed for that one as soon as I turn this one on. Yeah. I can't even remember, but I know it's one of those two. Pretty sure it's Army because I think I said Marines last time, so I'm pretty sure it's Army. It's Army MP. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna hold my guns to it. And she's also a pretty interesting individual, and we'll talk to her. And then later that day, we're gonna talk with Mission 22, and they're a nonprofit organization that tries to support and put a dent in veteran suicide. And I'm talking with their wellness coordinator. Oh, geez, I just got yelled from the bedroom. Army. So I was right.
You were right.
Yeah, she just had to yell it though, but she yelled it. So we're talking with Mission 22 next week also, and that's going to be a great thing as well. So we're going to knock both of those before Christmas, and then I'll do a video on Christmas Eve where just kind of like by myself for like holiday spirit and cheer. So again, thank you for coming on here, and you know you're so busy, so I appreciate it for you taking that little portion of time out. And yeah, because I know it. And I'll message you, and then I was like, okay, I know she's gonna be a while, so I'll put my phone down. Then it'll be like ding, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait just a sec, you know, because I always it's always around me, or I'm doing something with my page or Instagram, so I have it on me, and I'm able to text back quickly because I'm always doing something on there. But then it's I know you're here there, like you about to be Hobby Lobbies all day. So
the Hobby Lobby is an interview. Like I got all that stuff to do. Like I haven't in what I got to do today.
Exactly. So I just said I appreciate you carving out a little bit of this time to do this and to kind of help share your story and have show other veterans, especially females with breast cancer, that say, hey, you know, it's not a bad thing. Yes, it's an unfortunate situation, but it's only that way if you make it that way. And I think what you're doing with it is super awesome, and I commend you for it. 100%.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'll tune in next week, everybody, as we talk, and I will see everybody later. Bye.